So we're here again on the Gravedigger Report. I had a great guest by the name of Emanuel Wilson, running back from Fort Valley State University. He's already going places. Let's go in and add him to the show. Hey, Emanuel, how you doing today, my man? How's everything?
Everything's going well. How about yourself?
Man, doing great, Emmanuel. Doing great. So first off, Emmanuel, I definitely want to start off with, having you on the show. Thank you for, being on the Gravedigger Report. But let's look at some of these honors that you received, in 2022. Just being on the field. For the SIC conference, you were SIC Player of the Year and SIC Offensive Player of the Year. And as of right now, you just received your NFLPA bowl game invite. How you feel about that?
I feel great. I'm blessed to have it. Blessed to be honored to go represent HBCUs all over the country in the NFLPA game.
Great, great. Now, going to HBCU, I know there was a process that you actually transferred there. And here on the Gravedigger Report, we would like to go more in depth of how the player is now, however, how they develop over the process. And for you, you're actually a journeyman. I know you transferred to Fort Valley State. And for the listeners and viewers on the Gravedigger Report, we want to know a little bit more about that.
Well, the process, it was a great process, really. It may start off a little rocky, but as you go through that process, it's a great feeling because the culture is always going to be there. You're going to have amazing teammates along the way. And you just got to stay focused, stay level-headed.
Noted. Now, as far as for you being at Fort Valley, your home city is in Roanoke, Virginia, correct?
Yes, sir. That's my birth city. I was raised in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, you're raised in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I know the community and also mothers and fathers and also as far as for individuals that are at Charlotte, North Carolina, even in Fort Valley. I know they're behind you as you make this next step and in your journey. They have you rated as one of the top Division II running backs that are entering to the 23 NFL draft. How do you feel about that?
Feel great. Feel like a dream come true. Really, it just I'm blessed to receive that I'm one of the top running backs in Division II football, and that God placed me in the right place at the right time.
Understood. Now, as far as for your journey, you were able to have a stellar sophomore year in 2021, and this past 22 season, you own the month of November for the SIC conference. One game, you had over 227 yards on 28 carries. You averaged 7.9 yards per carry, and that was against Albany State University in the Fountain City Classic, and you actually defeated those, defeated their Albany State Rams. So that was big for Fort Valley State as well. And at one point in November, you were actually Division II HBCU Player of the Month. So as far as for yourself with those credentials and those honors, how do you just feel overall about yourself as a running back, as a player, and also being a journeyman, an individual who actually transferred to Fort Valley State University?
I feel good about myself, but I can always be better than what I performed. Also, the journey of being in that environment is just amazing. It's nothing like it, especially at the Fountain City Classic game. Both, man, that atmosphere there is just wild. Both teams really want it bad, but being honored as the HBCU Player of the Week, it's a blessing. It's just because I know it's a lot of good talent out there and a lot of people out there that's want it as bad as I do. So I just try to make sure that I put my best game forward.
Understood. So as of right now, I know you're training down in Texas. You're getting ready for all the exposure that that you rightfully deserve, and that is going to be yours. Again, you're down in Texas training for the NFL. What is some of the process on the daily routine? What does that look like for yourself, for Emanuel Wilson, your day-to-day routine as far as your training right now?
My day-to-day routine, just wake up, get ready to grind, get ready to focus, go feed your family. That's my everyday mentality, really, and go out there, just get better, 1% better every day.
Gotcha. Now, as far as for yourself as a running back headed in, there's a herd of running backs that are actually going into this draft. What do you see yourself at, Mr. Wilson?
Right now, that's hard to to see for myself, really, just because
Right.
I'm humble.
Right.
Wherever I go is where I go. Wherever I land is where I land. Really, it's all in God's hands.
Gotcha. Definitely understood. Do you feel as if that you are one of the top running backs coming into this draft from an
Uh,
HBCU?
of course, like I said, it's a lot of great players out there in the HBCU as far as running backs. I know that I'm probably the. I ain't gonna say I'm one of the best ones that's in the HBCU. Ah man, oh
Yeah, it's a lot of emotions, man. It's a lot of
man,
emotions, and one thing that we can say that for ourselves as we take this journey, and for yourself, it's not a time to to be humble or to be modest. I
yes
can't
sir,
say that your name is ringing bells across Division II and also for NFL scouts desk. Like I said, you definitely passed the eye test. You recently did a 40-yard dash, correct?
yes sir.
And I know the numbers are going to steady improve. And can you provide the number that that you had?
A 4.55 on the laser time.
455. And how much are you weighing in as of right now? Because I have you
Uh,
down at 221 pounds. Is this
yes
correct?
sir, around that weight, yes sir.
Okay, 5'9", 5'10", or 5'11". Which one
I'm
is it?
5'11", but they consider me like 6 foot on the field. So yes
Okay,
sir.
great, 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 great. And I know, as far as for the student body, as far as for Fort Valley, and also for the coaches, hats off to them, and also for the school, they had a stellar season. But just to attest for your individual accolade, your workouts that you were doing during COVID, you were able to produce some of the best stats that came out of the SIAC in a long time as far as for a running back. I know that during COVID there were times where across the world where normalcy was not there. However, it seems that there was a sense of normacy for yourself and a gender care of your goals and also shared goals along with the team that
Mm-hmm.
was able to be resourceful for you to have a stellar season in 2021 and also for 2022. Can you speak to the listeners and viewers and followers about your mindset and also your spiritual gain that you was able to have during COVID and produce these type of stats that you had this past season and the season before? What were you doing, Mr. Wilson? Because it seems as if you seemed like you was just locked in.
Yes sir. Well, I can go back to 2021. I started about last year. Well, I missed the first 3 games of the season. But with me missing the first 3 games, I had an injury that I was supposed to take care of. I was going through a mental state where I didn't want to do anything. I was just felt like watching my teammates work out. It made me feel a little down. Like, man, I can't lift as much as they do, or I'm just dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. Right now, I
Right,
didn't want to take the time. So around once I got back to school, far as with my teammates and stuff like that, that was over the summer. But as fall camp came, I seen the doctor. He told me what he told me, and I
right,
just broke down crying. It was just like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna play this season, but I just read the Book of Job, and when I read the Book of
great,
Job, and it's actually a great book, really. So I read that. It was just like he was being tested, really. So I felt like I got tested by God and everything like that. And then he just told me stay down, stay level headed, just do as much as rehab as you can. And then after I did that, came back to 4th game of the season, and then I just took off. Really, I just made sure that once I got my mental state right, I just made sure I
mhm,
worked even harder. And then to go to 22 season, we had found out that we got a new head coach. Coach Flowers had went to John C. Smith. Coach Sean Gibbs came in. Talking to Coach Sean Gibbs, it was just like he asked me, "Are you the best? Are you the best college black college football player?" I told him, I said, "We'll see at the end of the season." And he was like, "Well," he said he was mad just because like that I'm not right now. So I was like, all right. So I took that. I was like, okay, I gotta have what like Coach Sean Gibbs mentality. Coach Gibbs mentality. So as spring went on, we had spring ball. It was a great time during spring ball. Summer came. We worked out. The boys we worked out every single day, really Monday through Friday. Sometimes Saturdays we go on the field, throw the ball around, and then fall camp came. I was locked in. Really wasn't on social media like that. just
There you
making
go.
sure I was getting prepared for the season. And the week of the first game, I caught COVID really. So that was
Okay.
crazy. I missed that whole
Wow.
week of practice. Missed the whole week of practice, and then that Friday I got cleared to travel and everything like that. So traveled down, played the game against Tuskegee, and then I just set the tone from there. Really, it was just all in God's hands, and He put me in the position that I am in today.
That's what I like to hear. So, just to piggyback, you caught COVID,
Yes, sir.
and the next week you ran for an 87-yard touchdown,
Yes, sir.
and it had about 200 some yards, roughly
Yes.
around 100, some around 200.
262 yards. Yes, sir. I was 5 yards away from the record, man. I was kind of mad that I didn't know the record, but hey, we got it done. We got the job done. So I salute to my O-line, man. Yes,
Definitely,
sir.
definitely. Well, Mr. Wilson, you're definitely invited here on the Gravedigger Report. I know you're definitely going places, man, and hats off to you and all the hard work and the due diligence that you have taken, related to this progress and also off the field as well too. I know your family, back in Charlotte, and also for your hometown of Renoka, Virginia. I know they're definitely proud of you. And also shout out to Fort Valley State and the coaches, for being able to believe in you as well too. One last question before we conclude. Do you feel as if you're the best Black HBC player playing football overall
Overall,
now?
yes, sir. Most definitely. Only reason why I say that is because God blessed me with a talent, and I'm not afraid to use it.
That's what I'm talking about. He says that he gave you a gift, and with that gift, you give it to the world and you elevate.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
you're surely doing that, man. So yeah, we're definitely going to invite you back, man, here on the Gravedigger Report. We're definitely going to stay in contact. Until then, Mr. Wilson, you take care, okay?
Yes, sir. You too.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So that's another wrap-up session here on the Gravedigger Report. You can follow me, Jeremiah Graves, on Gravedigger_report, or you can definitely follow me on social media and my website, gravediggerreport.com. Until then, take it easy. Keep the faith.